For the Oxford Plains Dragway, I'm Caleb Lamb with the weekly recap. The Championship Series had the week off, but there was still a Saturday's worth of action with the first annual Jim and Kathy Hyde Memorial Race presented by JCW Napa Auto Parts. The race in memory of the husband and wife duo who worked for many years here at the track. Jeff Lafrenia and his front-end popping Generation X machine defeated Bob Cousins in the Box Gambler race to take home the $200 first prize, as well as the full-size toolbox courtesy of Napa Auto Parts. Lafrenia had to fight his way through a class that included dragsters and top eliminator cars. Speaking of dragsters, the junior dragsters put on a show in front of the fans. Kate Host defeated her sister Becca to reach the final in her Bad Attitude machine, but she was defeated by Danielle Fusco. Danielle following in her older sister Jennifer's footsteps, who also came through the ranks here at Oxford in the junior drags. The main event was the no box race, which pitted the modified, nostalgia, street, and sleds and bikes classes together in one winner-take-all division. Tim Chenard and Joe Damon both had to fight their way through 6 rounds to reach the final. Tim Chenard emerging victorious, winning by 31 ten-thousandths of a second. He just a little bit over his dial-in time, while Joe Damon was a fraction too fast. Chenard claimed the first overall prize of $1,000, as well as a 3.5-ton jack and a $100 gift card from JCW Napa Auto Parts. Oxford Plains Dragway now takes a week off, returning to action on Friday, July 24th on O'Reilly Auto Parts Night. For more information, you can visit us online at oxfordplainsdragway.net or like us on Facebook. For a lot of these drivers, this was an opportunity to look back fondly on their memories of Jim Hyde, who passed away this past fall. Here's what they had to say.
How Jim always made me laugh. Every time I went up to the staging lanes, I was getting ready to bring my car in through the burnout box, and he'd always have some smart grin on his face, or he'd open up the door and whisper something in, or try wiping my windshield down, and anything to get a laugh out of everyone, and that's what made everyone like him. He was a very likable guy, dedicated countless hours every week to prepping the track all week long.
You know, anything you wanted to know, and I wasn't real familiar with how things were, and he kind of took me aside, said, just watch me and I'll get you headed in the right direction. You know, he was real good to me.
Jim was the life of the party up here. Kathy was a big staple out at the ticket booth. My first few times here, she was always very welcoming, as well as Jim was, and trying to help you. Being a new person, not knowing how things went, she always tried to describe you through it. So it's a big loss losing Kathy, let alone losing Kathy and Jim.
We had met them years ago when they used to do the car show up at the Auburn Mall, where they were actually there passing out pamphlets, and they had like matching shirts, pants. They really looked like a very team-oriented pair, and they talked very highly of the sport. And then over the years, Jim got involved with the starting line methods that we have at the track. The final years, he was basically ambassador, walking around talking to the racers and stuff, but really nice family. They really were nice people.
Everybody's here for the same reason, and that's to tip a hat to Jim and Kathy, because they both dedicated all the summers, pretty much almost year round for Jim. I mean, he had this place in his heart, and he worked. He gave all he had for it.